Go ahead, Sammy.
Okay, so when you download and unzip the file from GitHub, you will have two folders like this. This folder here, sorry, this folder will have an NIV folder, which contains basically the, oh, where is the, under tagged, it will have the outcome that came out from the aligner. So this is basically the output from the aligner. And then in the other folder here, you have the executable. So if we run the exe, because it's not configured, it will come up with this configuration. So one would have to first select the seven. We have to select the Bibles folder and then select it. And then it will show whatever Bibles are in there. So in this case, it's the NIV. And then we have to select the specification. It's KJV. And when we can display the ancient language, and which is in this case either Greek or in this it will be only Greek. And then we can show also the English translation. We can choose that as well. And then in the reference Bibles, we have to choose what we want at the reference Bible. So we can choose to look at one that is already tagged. So maybe we can use the NASP, and then we have to use something for the Old Testament. In this case, we don't really need it. And then we use this. This is our reference. And then we start. Okay, so this is the output from the aligner. Those two lines where you see the Greek and the English, those are the ones that are selectable. If you uncheck the mark in the setting, it will not appear. And then if you click on a word, it will show you the word in here, in the actual tagging. Now, this looks pretty good, I think, this translation here. But if we go to anyone, like, say, and I will not try to be accurate here, but just to show you the features that you can use. So we have a display here of the Acts 1:1, and you can actually move by using if you have a page down on your keyboard, you can use the page down to go to the next and the next and so on. So, or you can select a specific verse from the left here. Now, on here, if I want, for example, to merge these two words together to make them look like this, I can just click on them, highlight them, and right click and say merge. And this will make the two words work with this specific tag. If I want to split them, I can just split them. If I see that there is something that is incorrect, for example, here the Lord is correct, but let me assume it was not correct. And so I have two options. Either, let me say it was originally. So it was saying, and I wanted to make it also, I can just click here on Lord and then drag it down to where it should be, and this will correct it. Now, if there are words that need to be For example, this tag should have been with the next one. You can just move it and it will go to the next one. If there is an unnecessary tag that you don't like, you can just right click on it and delete it, or you can just press the delete key on the keyboard, like so, and it will go away. So those are basically the main functions, is to merge two together or more than one word, to split if there are two words that already joined together, or you can change the tagging. If you want to enter the tagging manually, you can press F2 and this will allow you to go and change it manually. For example. Other than that, I don't think I have a lot to say. That's basically the main functions of the review of the table. So you can just read this is the translation. The top line is the NIV, and this is the equivalent in the text. So one can just continue reading, and whenever you spot something that you want to change, you can just use these functions to and this here will show you the occurrence of this one in the source is actually the TAGNT, so it will show you everything in the TAGNT. Any questions?
I have a dumb question. What's the best way of installing it?
Sorry?
A dumb question. I haven't installed a Java application for ages. Can you tell me how
This is not a Java application. It's a .NET application that runs only on Windows.
Okay.
Okay, and there is no installation per se. All what you need to do is I provide the link to the GitHub. So you download a zip file. The zip file actually currently is passworded by the word step or lowercase 2025. The reason I passworded it because I think some of the information there is copyright, so I did not want to make it available to everyone. Once you download it, so you have you will have a zip file like this, and you unzip it into, let me assume, this folder. So you will have the Bible and you will have this folder. This folder contains an exe. So what you need to do is just run the exe.
Wonderful.
Application. So there is no specific installation. And once you install it, the first time, because there is no settings defined, it will come up with the settings dialog, but you can later, if you want to change something, for example, in here, we have those two things here, so I can just go to settings and uncheck those and say okay. And now this here is just a simple entry, and you can just use the reference. But I think for reviewing, I think it would be better at least to have the Greek entry here. Does this answer your question, David?
Yes, I think so.
I've got a couple of questions, Sami.
Yeah.
Recently, I did a change to the OSIS XML file up in Git because of spacing after the divine name. I sent you an email on that as well. Does your base OSIS file have that correction in it?
For
the NIV
Yes. So there is spacing for,
After the divine name in 2 verses. Maybe I should look and see if I can find that email and make sure I send that out to you
yeah.
again.
But this will
That's-
be in the XML, but it will not reflect in here.
Okay,
Yeah, I've seen your email.
okay. But
Okay.
somehow you need to merge this data back into.
Yes, that will need to be done, but the way the way I work, well, I'm sorry, I inherited this format really from David. So if I go to the tagged here, this is what came out from the aligner. So it will be. So the way it comes out is just.
Okay.
Yeah, it will be the verse reference and then the words with the tag like that. Okay, so
But Sasi, I guess that you will need to do a comparison, and we will. You're very good at doing those comparisons and checkings, and I think that will be very valuable in this case.
Somehow that merges it back into the XML file, takes those tags and merges them in.
sorry.
I'm just not clear on that. Like in Git, we have the OSIS XML file.
Yes.
It has the notes and everything else in there. Somehow we need to get those tags.
Yes, we need to get this file here, which has the tags in between the brackets, and we'll have to merge it. So I can probably write some code to do that.
Okay.
Okay, so this we have to do that later.
Okay. And then if multiple people are generating on their own, let's say somebody does act, somebody does romance.
Well, if multiple people want to do the review, we will need to coordinate in terms of assigning certain, let's say, books or portions, and if everyone does a different portion, then we can merge them together.
Quite easily, yeah. Okay.
And the other thing that just for you to know, under Bibles here, I have the NIV, and then I have this tag, and then I have a file. When you change a file, you make changes and save, the older file gets copied to this old tagged file. So if you did a lot of mistakes, you realize you want to revert to the previous version, you can actually find it here because they are all time stamped, and you can find all the old changes in here.
Thank you, Sami. Yeah, I think we should continue this topic next time we meet. So what I plan to do is in the next 2 weeks is to start using the tool and review some of the passages I will I'm reading every day, and then make update with Sami's tool, and then but then in the we should talk about the update process. Sami and I did mention it before, but then for people who are interested in either making updates or reviewing it, it will be good to get together to go through the process on like how do we merge and stuff like that. So, like for an example, I tell you, I realized one thing is this: when I read the Synoptic Gospel, I actually should read the same story at Matthew, Mark, and Luke. Like if I read one of them, I might as well read the other two to see if if the updates are the same in the other two Synoptic Gospels. So, but hey, thanks very much for attending the meeting, and I will save this recording and send you a link. Okay. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, bye bye.
Yeah.